Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano catch-up, where normally I would say every Friday we look at the main news, items and events from around the Cardano ecosystem that caught my eye. I know I missed last week and the videos haven't been just as regular the last few weeks, but myself and Paddy have been building a tool for the community, been taking a lot of hours, and we're really hoping to have a beta out for the community next week, and looking forward to getting that out, getting some feedback. But in this one we look at the main updates from around Cardano this week and Cardano projects, WorldMobile with the balloon getting very close, the eSim, Levvy Finance Launch V2, and lots of other updates that we'll get into. If you get value, please do share it out, give the video a like, comment questions, or even for the algorithm, because I'm not doing them as regular, comments, likes really do help. Let's jump into it. Okay, kicking it off here with WorldMobile. If you're on Twitter, then you will see there's a lot of buzz going on around this, and that is the first Aerostat launch. So we had official confirmation just about a week ago now at this point that they had the green light to share the location, which is going to be in Mozambique. And if you're following their Twitter, you'll see there's been lots of different updates coming out, or if you're on their different social accounts, you will have seen all of this. The latest one was this morning. The countdown begins, the Last Supper for the Aerostat launch crew. You can see them there, and if you follow, there's been lots of different pictures of the area and different things that are happening there. As far as I know, it's not live just yet. By the time you watch this video, maybe it will be, but when it is, I'll do a dedicated video to talk about it, show any footage that I can get from it. And look, this is a really big milestone, because from the very first time that I talked to Mickey, probably 2 years ago at this point now, or maybe even over 2 years ago, this was a milestone they were looking to get to. So this will be the first of many that will launch this. They've done tests in the US. I remember covering them. They've done tests, putting up the Aerostat and then doing test calls and different things on it. But this one will be actually out there, part of the network, and there for people to use in the network. And I did see this, or actually this is on the eSim as well. We'll cover that in a second. But I just seen this video on Twitter from Fareed. I think this might have been at NFTxLv over the weekend, but I'll just play this for you.
But you may see an Aerostat here first in the USA before you see another one in East Africa. But there are 5 or 6 different countries that are speaking to us every day to say, come over.
So he's saying there that this is the first. There are 5 or 6 countries that are looking for these at the minute. He goes on to say that they are expensive to build, so there is a limited supply so far, but they will be rolling out a lot more. And if Fareed puts out a full interview along with this, I'll make sure and link that one down below. I'm sure most people watching here already follow Fareed, and I will be catching up with him on, I think, Monday to do a live stream to talk about what happened at NFTxLv over last weekend. A lot of really good projects were in attendance. So just on the eSim then, so WorldMobile have also released the eSim. I'm hoping to get my hands on it because I've seen that Ireland is part of this. So this is where you don't have to have a physical SIM for your phone and you can use part of the network. So hopefully I'll have updates on that one in the next week or two, if I can get access to it and have a test of that as well. Next up we have Cornucopias, and Josh released this video here. This was them actually playing at NFTxLv, playing the racing game for Cornucopias. This is one I really want to get my hands on. I don't have access to it yet, but actually as I'm talking, we'll play this in the background. So you can see here, this was actual footage of the multiplayer racing game at NFTxLv, and you'll see as it goes through here. Now I'm playing this in 4K on my screen, but the video I'm recording probably won't be in 4K, so I would encourage you to go to YouTube to take a look at this. I'll leave a link down below, and when you're watching it, make sure you click the cog icon and turn the quality up on it to really see what's happening. See the level of detail that's here. I don't think this is released yet to the version that I have access to. I think it's still the open world for walking around, which I do need to get another video out on very, very soon. But when you look at the level of detail in the graphics here, I'm really excited to see where these guys are going, and probably do a catch up in another few weeks too. Looking then, we have Levvy Finance. So their monthly report for September is out, and these are things I really love to see projects putting these out. It makes it so easy to have some content to put out for people, give an update on what's going on, a very quick overview of what has happened. And I asked them to put in this stat here when they were looking for suggestions, which I really like. This shows the month-on-month change. So you can see here for the total volume was up 54% in September. Then if we look at the total interest was up 17%, total loans was up The TVL plus NFT TVL was down slightly. But if you look at the interest earned on collections, now they have excluded the Ape Society from this because it is way out in front on this platform. Obviously, this is coming as part of their ecosystem. So for the start, they have a lot more of their own community getting involved. There was interest of 97,000 ADA earned on that. But if you look then at the other projects, you have Spacebuds in next, and the legend is down the bottom here to show you what the amounts are. So you have Spacebuds, GGMC, Platypus, Claynation, and Jelly Cubes. And one of the really good things about this is this all feeds back into the ecosystem that they have, and some of the protocol fees go back to the cabin holder. So just for holding your cabin, then you can earn part of the protocol fees. We talked about this before, where they have the different districts and the different landmarks, and they're the ones that earn some of the protocol fees, and there's different aspects, and I think they're only getting started in DeFi. And just on Levvy Finance, then if we take a look here, I posted this, maybe 2 days ago, or yesterday actually, on V2 has launched. So congratulations to the team, and we'll take a very quick look at it here. And what you notice now is you have NFTs and you have tokens. So this is for lending and borrowing. So with the NFT side, what they had first was that you can provide your NFT as collateral for a loan, and you can take out a loan in ADA. But now you have tokens as well. So now you can actually do what you can do with other lending and borrowing platforms as well. You can come in, you can provide liquidity in a token, or you can borrow that token either. I will do a dedicated video looking at this, walking through how to use it all. Maybe we'll do some sample loans, or walking through how to actually borrow or how to lend with the platform. But it is really clean. What I like, you have nice activity here. It's simple for people to come in and understand. You come in, what do you want to do? You want to lend or you want to borrow. Then you pick the token that you want. Say, I want to do WorldMobile, since we talked about that already. Click on lend. You can see the loan to value ratio. I'll explain all these different aspects when I do the video. Put in the amount you want to loan, or the amount you want lent, and then you will see all of these changing. You'll see the amount of interest you can earn, and different aspects change when you play around with some of the parameters. Congratulations to the team. Looking at it here, I would say there's a lot of work has gone into this behind the scenes to get this working, and to have it, I suppose, simplified UI UX is one of the big things we need to bring into crypto, and this is a really good step towards that. Then we look at Minswap for the monthly report. So not a huge amount has changed in TVL for Minswap in the last month. September hasn't been much happening in crypto really. If you look at the trading volume is down, less people involved, but prices, if you look at it here, not a lot has been happening. The monthly active users, again, it has been down slightly, 1.6%, not a huge amount. Most traded tokens, you have SNEC out in front. Then you have Hunt from Dex Hunter. They only launched towards the end of the month, but had a really good launch. Had a good solid platform that came out. Lots of updates following that, and has really got the community involved in it. So anyone looking at launching, I would say, look at what they've done and try and analyze that and see what you can use as well for your own token launches. Then you have IAG, IGON, and IUSD following it up there, and the usual rest of the updates from Minswap. And this one here, the fee switch, so this is one to pay attention to, because now things have changed there slightly. So I mentioned previously about Minswap, we're bringing in staking, and staking is now live. So if you hold the Minswap token or the Min token, then you can now stake that. So there's different periods that you can do. It's not locked, but there are set time periods that you should hold it for. So you can say that 1 month, and then you get no boost, or you have 3 months, 6 months, or 9 months, and you get an extra boost on the percentage that you are going to get. You can withdraw them or take them out at any time, but if you do, you won't get any of the interest. You have to hold it for the full length of time to get the interest. And this is actually ADA rewards you are getting. So you're staking Min and you're getting back ADA rewards, which is massive. And the way they're able to do that is because every trade that happens on the protocol, they take a small amount of that, 0.05% is taken. Previous to this, it was zapped back into the ADA Min pair to really provide more liquidity there. But now they're taking all of that, and that's going to go to people staking their Min. Great to see this initiative, and hopefully we see other protocols trying to do things like this. And look, At the minute, these percentages will change because the more active that the DEX is, then the more fees it generates, so the more there is to pay out to min holders. So really good. Like to see things like this coming out for different protocols. And just when we mentioned Iagon as one of the ones on the platform for Minswap there, so you can see they are a step closer to getting onto the mainnet. I had the team on the channel probably a good few weeks back now. At this point, probably due an update again at some point. This was the early report back on their audit. So in terms of issues, they had 2 minor issues which are pending. They had 1 informational and 2 discussion. So no critical, major or medium. I haven't seen if this is the final report yet or when that will come out, but this is a really good sign and they're getting very close to mainnet at this point, which is great. The more protocols launching, the better it is for the whole ecosystem out there for Cardano. In monthly reports then we look at Lenfi. So we can see here that the token spotlight goes to SNEC from SNEC Coin ADA. So the average loan size is 6,150 ADA. Interest paid by users was 47,000 ADA. And if we look at it here, you can see most used for collateral was SNEC, followed by Lenfi. I think this is really good for the protocol that previous to adding SNEC, Lenfi was the most used collateral on the platform. So for the longevity, I think it's far better to have a diverse amount of assets used as the collateral, not just the token of the protocol itself. So hopefully we see more of these assets here getting used as collateral as we get into better markets, and it's really good overall for the actual protocol. You can see the most borrowed asset is ADA, then you have SNEC and Lenfi. So but if you look at these numbers, you're probably looking at that people are using SNEC and Lenfi as collateral and borrowing ADA against that. So this is if you don't want to sell your actual tokens, you want to hold them, you can use them as collateral, get some ADA out and use that for something else in the ecosystem. Looking at DEXs then, one that has been a long awaited one is Genius Yield. I think it's next week I'm sitting down with Dr. Lars Brunes to talk about what they have, where they are. The alpha testnet is coming out very soon. I'm hoping to get access to that in the next few weeks as well. But they have made a really good step here is SARS or SOARS is what they're calling their bots, which are able to match the limit orders to the buys and sells. They go on here to say that they're not batchers, that SOAR are arbitrage bots. They match limit orders together because they aren't going to be an AMM DEX like we have with Minswap or Wing Riders or Sunday Swap. They're going to be more an order book DEX, but I think slight variation of that. I'm not 100% sure on it, but when I talk to the team next week, I'll be able to get a lot of them clarification. So if you have questions about what they're doing or anything about the protocol, make sure and leave them down below too. So they have open sourced this, so anybody in the community will be able to come in and run one of these bots and maybe earn some fees out of being a part of helping the orders be executed. And you can see the alpha testnet starts on October 9th. Then we look at Midnight. So this is another one that has been awaited for by the community. This is the privacy sidechain for Cardano. And this is a new Twitter page that has appeared, started to put out a bit more information about it. And their testnet or devnet is going to go up very soon. There is an application. There's links there. If you go to the site, let me see, it is midnight.network. Then you can apply on there to become active and try and get into the testnet. It's more, I think, for developers at this point. But if I go in and get access to it, if it's more than just people building protocols on it, I'll go in, have a play around, and I'll report back on that then. And actually, there is a Twitter space next, let's see. So it is October 10th. You can see I have the reminder set for that. So that's coming out next week with Charles and Aaron to talk all about what it's going to be and I suppose the progress of where they are so far. So I'll be able to report back on that at that point. Then the Cardano Foundation, the voting is open for the awards at the summit. I just want to say thanks very much to anybody who nominated me in the educational influencer. Some really great people in the community there. If you're voting and you feel that I deserve a vote, I do really appreciate it. You do that through go in, verify your wallet. You have to go into their Discord group or verify by SMS. So I know it's a little bit complicated to do it. And last year people didn't want to do it because it was essentially maybe doxing, but they have said last year when I got to talk to them at the summit that they don't keep any of that information, so they don't store any of the verification. It's just used to make sure that you don't have one person coming in and voting for the same person with 10 or 20 different wallets that they hold. Okay, and just to finish out with something on the personal side or for the channel and everything here, just a bit of transparency. So I see posts from time to time about how everything must be incentivized if someone is talking about a project. So I wanted to make it clear that in the 3 years or over 3 years now that I've had this channel and different socials, creating Cardano content, covered hundreds of projects at this point, I've never charged any of them projects for coverage or reviews or interviews or anything like that. Everything you've seen here has been free. It has been just me bringing on projects or talking about projects that were big topics in the community or people had requested to hear more on. So at the minute, I am considering an ambassador offer from one project and maybe others in the future. I don't know. I'm looking for feedback, opinions on this. I've got a lot of offers of kind of paid offers for the channel or ambassadors or consulting or different things over the years and haven't taken any of them up yet. At the minute, I'm considering this. This would mean that at some point in the future, I would get some tokens from that project. But if anything does happen on that, I will make sure and post it on Twitter and mention it in the videos here too, to make it very clear for people of what I do earn something from, or basically at the minute, anything here, I don't earn anything from it. But I just said here, it wouldn't change how I cover projects. I would still cover as many projects as possible, 100% free in interviews and weekly videos that I do here too. So for me, it will give me a bit more focus in that I make sure I keep up to date with all of the latest updates from them projects, and they would be included probably a bit more often in these weekly reviews. But it would not change how I look at the projects in terms of being critical or looking at what they're doing and giving my honest opinions on it. Part of that role as well would be giving them early feedback on different things they're doing and being a part of some of the processes of helping them with direction and things like that as well. But look, if anything comes with that, I will be sure to keep everyone posted just to keep everything transparent. And finally, PageHill is not one of the services I will offer ever on this channel or ever anywhere. I always want to be able to look back and say, I gave my honest opinion about projects or about what was going on at the time. Even if down the road it's wrong or doesn't turn out fully like I thought it would, if I can look back and say I gave my honest opinion, then that's what will be important to me going forward. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week.